Alright, welcome everyone. I am wandering off and we're going through Final Fantasy XI online and we are currently playing a monk. Um and one of our goals is to get from level 1 to 99 without dying. That is just one of our goals, so that's what we're trying to do. So a lot of the time we'll be pushing up the levels. In the last few videos we have happened to do a few Bastock missions, and there's reasons for that, because we do have to complete some of the missions in order to get items for us to advance. um, and so in the last video we started doing one of the Bastock missions and we learned that we were going to not be able to do them. So in this video we're going to um, do something, and we're going to learn about um, level caps. We're going to in this video we'll get, because right now we are stuck at 50 until we do the quest and advance, um, complete the quest and advance to level 55. So that is what we're going to do in this video. I started the last video thinking we would be able to do that mission before we were going to do this one, and then I just learned while attempting that seems like we are stuck until we have actually done this level cap mission. So we are going to log in, and we're in this video we will learn about level caps and what we need to do. um so if you're watching, if you were watching the one before, I'm sorry it was unaccounted for. I was thinking we would be able to um I was really thinking we'd be able to um do that mission um before we had to worry about the level cap quest, but it turns out apparently we cannot do it that way. So that is why we ended that video early, and you'll have to stay tuned for part 2, which will be after this video. So um anyway, that is just the way it works. We're um so what we will do so we're gonna come and talk to Rabbit Wolf and make sure we have a refreshed signet, um just so we can make sure that it's up. And then we're going to talk to him again, and I want to spend my conquest points, and we're gonna make sure we have a scroll of instant warp. Okay, and we're also going to grab, oops, not that, scroll of instant re-raise, just so we have one in our inventory. It's good to have one in your inventory. If you have one of those in your inventory along with a re-raise earring, it can actually help, because if you're at a boss fight, um, you can actually um, use both, so that's why you want to carry The amethyst ring is all races, dex +1, +3 purple, level 14 all jobs. We don't want to actually sell that one. So we'll keep it. The Brigandine armor, body all races, defense 32, HP +10, dex +2, fight +2, level 45, warrior, red mage, thief, paladin, dark, beastmaster, bard, ranger, samurai, ninja, dragoon, blue mage, courser, dancer, and run. Brass, Sublugar. I believe we've read these two. Yeah, I believe we've read these two, so we can sell these ones. And then all right. So when you have reached the maximum level, right now for us it's going to be the maximum level we can reach is level 50. So when you start out at 1, you can get all the way to 50 without any issues. You can just keep leveling away. However, at 50, things change a little bit, and so we are going to find out about that. We have to go collect a quest, and then we have to complete the quest in order to be able to do it. And so you want to come to Ralude Gardens in Jeuno, and then you want to come up the stairs. Then you want to you can go on this side or the other side over there, whichever you prefer. Go around and make sure you don't go up the stairs, because you won't find the person that you need to talk to. So then you come out here to H5, and you come over here, you'll see a nomad mogul, and you will see Maat. And if you go to your quests, objective list, you'll go to tutorial, and you'll see level cap increase. And so we want to click on level cap increase 55. So speak to Maat in the Ralude Gardens H5, complete the quest In Defiant challenge, and raise your maximum level to 55. So requirement level is 50 plus. So we want to check that one. And then we are going to go to our walkthrough real quick. So we will learn about what this quest entails. So this is called the In Defiant challenge. So In Defiant challenge, required fame is going to be Jeuno fame level 1. Level restriction is level 50. Starting NPC, Maat Ralude Gardens H5. Then there's pack, none, title, horizon breaker, repeatable, no, description. Apparently your in-app limits can be breached by acquiring the necessary items. So the previous quest, so there is none. However, the next quest, atop the highest mountains. So this is basically the starting chain in this whole entire thing. And so the next quest will be atop the highest mountains. Our requirements, the following. So we will need to get an ancient papyrus or 3 ancient papyrus shreds, X-ray mold or 3 X-ray mold crumbs, bomb coal or 3 bomb coal fragments. Our rewards will raise level cap to 55. And this is going to be our walkthrough. Speak to Maat. On a level 50 job, he will ask you for 3 items that drop from dungeons around Jeuno. You may either defeat monsters in order to obtain the required items or select 3 question marks on the ground in the zones to obtain the key items instead. If you are attempting this solo, you'll need multiple forms of sneak and invisible. So, sneak and invisible spells, silent and prism powder items, spectral jig ability, Tonko Ichi and Mono Mi Ichi ninjutsu. So this one would be for if you had dancer as your job, and this one would be if you had ninja. And then the other two, these are the two we will be using. You will need to cancel invisible, not sneak, when the coast is clear in order to select the question marks and then reapply each time. Bringing some form of re-raise of such as a scroll of instant re-raise is recommended. If you wish to fight the monsters for the drop because it is fun or whatever you feel, then it isn't terribly hard to do so with your trusts. The drops are fairly common. So, the required items may be obtained in any order and are as follows. So the first item is bomb coal, which drops from explosives or can be received after obtaining 3 bomb coal fragments from question mark targets in Garlage Citadel. All 3 question mark pieces may be obtained on map 2 in Garlage Citadel at G6, H7, and I8. Avoid falling in any holes in the floor on the way there. Use a pouch of weighted stones, key item, to get past the first vanishing gate up ahead soon. Obtained at G8 map 1, south of where you enter. Click the question mark on the floor and it's yours. Be careful as undead aggro low HP through sneak and invisible. So proceed south and east until you reach the first vanishing gate and proceed through it. You will enter a square room and run along the outside to the east. There is only one real way to go. So once reached, you reach and head down the stairs, hug the left wall until you eventually reach a wide room. The first question mark is here at I8. Head northwest to a second room where the second question mark is at H7. Continue north and eventually make it down a hallway. The last question mark will be at G6 on your right in the first room after running past the third vanishing gate. Alright. The second piece, X-ray mold, which drops from X-rays U, or can be received from obtaining 3 X-ray mold crumbs from question mark targets in Crawler's Nest. Okay, the first question mark may be found on the path from I-10 on map 1, heading toward Map 3B. Use sneak to avoid X-rays. Enter the zone, run past the crawlers and bees, run up the hill and drop down into the sack room, then head south, west-south. It is not the dead end room directly south. The second question mark is at I-6 on map 3 further along the same path. The last question mark piece is located in the X-rays on map 2 at G10. Double back past the first two question marks to the sack room again and take the northwest tunnel, not the dead end room with scorpions. Run forward through the green glow and up the hill to drop into a new sack room and take the left west by southwest tunnel. Take a right at the ledge, don't fall down, and then your next left into a dead end room with the question mark. So that's the second piece we need to acquire, and this is going to be our third one. Ancient Papyrus, which drops from Lich's Sea, or can be received after obtaining 3 ancient papyrus shreds from question mark targets in the Eldamine necropolis. Sewn in to the Eldamine necropolis from I/J10 in Battalion Downs. The 3 question marks are located at F7, F9, and H9 on map 1. Run in and make a left where the road forks past the ghost and follow the hallway. When the road forks at the Hellhounds, if the path to the left is open and you see liches around a brazer's flame, then proceed that way. The first question mark will be in the left corner of the room. If there is a wall to your left and the path is blocked, make a right north into a large room of square grave looking things. Do not walk over these graves throughout the zone, as you may fall through them to a lower level. If this happens, warp and re-enter the zone. Make a left towards the gravestone, and behind will be the east plate. Select it and it will fall down. The path is now open, so double back and obtain your first question mark in the room with the liches and brazier. Alternatively, if you possess a magic astrolabe purchased for 10,000 gil from Terreno Sereno in Windurst Woods at F10 or F8, sorry, you may just open the gate by yourself. And I will make a comment. I already purchased this from her a few videos back. We were in Windurst at the time, and I had the 10,000 on me, so we just went ahead and picked up this magic astrolabe, and so we don't have to do that now, but that is why I did it at that time, is because I knew we would need it. Be careful, as the bomb by the plate lever thing is aggressive to magic. Proceed through the first room of Lich's Fallen Knights around a brazier and your first question mark to then reach an identical one down the hallway where your second question mark is located in the corner of the room. Continuing following the path west from there, the only way you can go still and around the corner north into a large room of square graves and ghost formers. Once again, do not walk over any of these graves, as some have a hidden drop down hole. Proceed north through this room and up the stairs on the other side. Round the corner again, and you will reach another room of liches and a brazier. The final question mark will be in the corner of this room. Once more. So speak to Maat, trade him the items to complete this quest. And then they take the time and they have actual maps. They have this Summer Moog Champagne. They have the Garlage Citadel. Map 1, 2, 3, and 4. We can't see it because of the way everything is. Then they have Roland Berry Fields map. And then they have the Garlage Citadel. Trawler's Nest 1, 2, and it's all messed up. So 1, Trawler's Nest 2, and Trawler's Nest 3. And then they have Battalion Downs showing you where you need to go. Then the Eldamine Necropolis, map 1, and map 2, and map 3. And so they have, I mean, it's a very nice and neat walkthrough, and that's why we were following it. I think they've done a fantastic job with this walkthrough, and so that's why we are taking the time to walk through and follow their walkthrough and see how well they did. So now we are going to go ahead and go to our the map, the world view map, and we have been told to go to 3 different places, and in this playthrough we have not been to any of them. One of them is going to be the Garlage Citadel, which is going to be in this Sarah Mug Champagne, and it's going to be in this corner. There's an exit right here, so if you try to go to this one, it's just the exit, so you can't get there, so you need to go over here and you'll be able to enter. And then in Roland Berry Fields there is the Crawler's Nest, so we will need to go here. And then in Battalion Downs is where the Eldamine Necropolis is, and it's not labeled. It's not actually labeled on our little map, friend, but the walkthrough itself tells us the location of where we can enter. So, but it is in this area, and so but they're all 3 of the dungeons are right basically in a pattern of Jeuno, so you can just basically step outside, go this way, and this way. Our first one, I believe we're just gonna do it in the order they listed it. So I think we're going to the Citadel, then we'll go to Crawler's Nest, and then we'll come to this one as the last one, the Eldamine Necropolis. So that is what it looks like on the map. Now let's go back to the game, and so make sure that you come and talk to Maat and accept the quest. Maat, well, you've come quite far, but you still got a long way to go. Do you know about the people here? well, don't take this personally, but to them, you're just a tiny little bug, and I'm the one who trains them. Yeah, you can call me a teacher. I'm sure you've am I'm sure you've ambitions of your own, right? If you want to break the barriers within you, you'll have to pass my test. What do you say? And so accept the challenge. At once or no thank you? At once. Very good. Gather these. A piece of ancient papyrus, a clump of x-ray mold, and a chunk of bomb coal. Well, get to it. And so, um, you want to make sure that you are on his quest before you run off and try to gather that stuff. Um, because if you go and try to pick up one of the question marks, chances are it's just gonna say there's nothing there. So you'll want to, um, you'll want to be sure that you have accepted the quest from him, and then you can go run off to the dungeons. All right, so we're going to Bastock just because um, we know where Igsley is, and it's just much nice and cleaner that way. So we're gonna talk to Igsley and have him port us to the Saramogo Champagne, so we can go to the Carrelage Citadel. So, and before you start your journey, make sure that you have some silent oil and some prism powder, and that you have an instant warp. Um, those are things, and make sure that your bag has room in it. Because if you get to the item and your bag is full, that won't be any good. So, we want to go. We'll have to find it first. Let's see. I'm pretty certain we can talk to him. Okay, so they're all three found in content level 125. You got Battalion Downs, Rollenberry Fields, Saramugu Champagne, Besadine Glacier, Ex Archibald, Romeve, Western Altepa Desert, Atawa Chasm, and then next page, Garlage Citadel, Ifrit's Cauldron, the Boyata Tree, Tuftle Tunnel, Sea Serpent Grotto, Temple of Ugolapet, Quicksand Caves. Okay, so we see that Garlage Citadel is available to us, and you can you can take this, but you'll be entering it the wrong thing. So I would highly recommend just for your first trip, what I would say is go to Saramogo Champagne. Understood. And away to Saramogo Champagne you go. And then you walk there because you'll want to enter the entrance that we get to from here, rather than the entrance that you go to, if that makes any sense. So abilities, mount, and then we want to go into the corner way over here. We like the exits over here, and there's the survival guide and a cavernous maw. Um, However, you cannot get to them from just walking up this road. There's like a wall here, so you actually have to go through the citadel and come out this exit to get to them. So that is something that is noteworthy to notice. So um, we will try to find our route. Why does it feel like we're anyway? And so our objective completely changed, though. I was really thinking that we could do the Vastok mission before doing this quest, so that was where my mind was set. But it turns out that's not possible, so it's kind of frustrating actually not knowing that before recording it, but that's how we learn, right? So and who knows, I might die, so you guys may never even see this. See this section of video that I've created. If I die, then I just delete. I delete the entire playthrough and I start anew. Like I said, I'd love to stream this, but as the time being, I am my computer's just not healthy enough to handle streaming. It can handle recording, which is odd. But if I try to stream, it just what happens is it just goes into the loop, you know, buffering. And that's all you guys will get to see. So that's kind of no fun. And so that's why I've taken up the recording of this. But like I say, if I die, then I just delete the whole entire playthrough and start all over again. And why does it feel like we're not making any progress of getting where we need to go? That'd be the question. There we go. Now we should. I think we should be able to get there. But yeah, I mean, that's for if I do die on this one. I mean, I've got a learning. I mean, you know, I will have learned about it, and next time I won't make that mistake. But if you guys happen to get to see it, but I'm sorry we had to cut it like we did. I was just really thinking that we could go ahead and do that Bastok mission before we came to this one. And so now we are in the Lodge Citadel. And in this one, we are trying to pick up bomb coal. And we will need a pouch of weighted stones. Now, it's going to be good to have our trusts out just in case we need them. We may not, and we may. Um, all right, so our first objective is weighted stones, and um, you can turn on the objective list. I don't remember where it's at, so we'll look. There it is. So, conflict Garage Citadel. Defeat the requisite number of enemies in Garage Citadel. So we can turn it on. I don't know if we'll need it. However, there is a survival guide here, so we'll get that. And then we'll need to. I think this thing will attack us. I don't remember what level these guys are. They're that took forever. Jeez. Oh, that bat's not fighting us? I thought it was. Well. So we're looking in around for a question mark in G8. There it is. So, yeah. So here at G8, you'll want to pick. You see a pouch of weighted stones. Pick it up or leave it be. We want to pick it up. So now we've obtained key item pouch of weighted stones. And key item. I believe it's permanent. Yeah, pouch of weighted stones. Examine pouch of weighted stones. Resting in perfect balance on any surface, these round stones appear to have come from the Garage Citadel. And so, we need to get to the door. It's the Banishing Gate. So we will look around for it. Don't fall down the holes. The best advice if you do fall down the holes is I knew this thing would attack us. Well, I figured it would. And I have no idea what our alter egos are doing. Lately they have been acting very strangely. At least for me anyway. Like they get stuck and they I don't know. So we're going to look around for our I'm just really not wanting to waste any of our silent powder at the moment. So that's why I'm running around like this. I would, if you're level 50 on this floor, you shouldn't have too much of an issue. I mean, there are things that are going to attack you, but they shouldn't be something you need to worry about. You should be able to kill them. So, like these beetles, I think if you just have silent potion on, you can walk right by the beetles. And again, our trusts seem to be completely gone. So I have no idea what's going on with our trusts. They have become retarded. I guess I have no idea. Oh, and then oh well, we're gonna be fighting things. Sorry. We're gonna make this trip longer than it needs to be. Just wondering if that thing get aggroed or not. So our path is just gonna be fight everything we see, I guess. Which is fine, because I guess we'll complete some. Although we're not gonna be getting any experience, so it's not all that great. Okay. So now we're at Banishing Gate 1. And in this dungeon there are 3 different Banishing Gates. And for this particular quest, you only need to go through this Banishing Gate 1. And then so our objective will be to get through this area and get down here. We'll pick up 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 here. So that's where that's our objective. If you've gone through Banishing Gate number 2 or 3, then you've gone way too far. And you'll need to turn around. This thing might be True Sight. Hopefully not. And so we'll just continue our journey. Now we'll try to get through the rest, all of this without fighting any monsters, which is possible, but it can be a little tricky. So now we want to turn down this way, and our question mark, our very first question mark, is right there. So we do have these bombs that we want to pay attention to. And then, so we have to remove our okay, so we got our very first one, which is bomb coal fragment. And then we want to throw our prism powder back on, and that thing's looking right at us, so hopefully it didn't decide to come after us. So that is our very first bomb coal fragment. Then we come here and okay, so yeah, it is on that side. I was like, so now we come here and we hope that nothing is going to aggro to us. And so we pull off the invisible. We get our second bomb coal fragment. And then items, we put on our prism powder once more. And hopefully our silent oil stays on. And then so we just came from this room, which was the first piece, and it's over here. The second piece is going to be over here, and then the third piece we are going to hopefully run around these bats. These bats will attack you if you don't have your silent oil on. And then this room kind of sucks because of these acid grease things. You want them to actually go inside here. And, okay, we lucked out. And then you can walk on the very far edge and they won't sense you if you, however, if you don't walk on the very far edge, they will sense you and attack you. Then our last piece is going to be right here, and we want to pay attention to where the bomb is. It is looking away from us, so that is good. And then now it says obtain chunk of bomb coal, and so what we want to do is instant warp just to get out of this place. And hopefully we do it before the bombs do explode, and they can do massive damage to you when they do, so it's best to, in any situation, if you can help it, ignore the bombs and run away and get out of there. All right, so that was our very first one. It wasn't very clean. We ended up having to fight a few monsters, and that's okay. So now in your inventory you should see bomb coal. chunk of bomb coal, a carbonized chunk of an explosion. So that is our very first piece. Now we want to go to Roland Berry Fields. I believe. Let me make sure I'm correct. Yeah, so Trawler's Nest is going to be found in Rolandberry. Now, when you take Igsley's, you'll ask him to bring you to Rolandberry Fields, and he's going to port us there. So understood, in a way, to Rolandberry Fields you go. All right, so if you are to turn around right here, you will actually enter the dungeon that we are needing to go to, which is the Crawler's Nest. However, that is the wrong entrance. So what you want to do, because we're over here, we need to actually get the entrance over here. So there is going to be a little walking. And believe me, doing this quest, you actually want to start at the correct entrance. It's just much easier. And it's going to be much less confusing. And because if you go in there, then you're gonna have to walk all the way around the map trying to find the entrance. And so save yourself the trouble and just start by walking over there from here. It'll probably save a mass amount of time. Rather than trying to figure the dungeon out. And so in this dungeon, it is kind of nice because all you have to use is the silent oil. Luckily there's we can make that work. It just, because if you have to use the let's hope we can find our way to the entrance. You know, if you have to use the prism powder, then it gets annoying because you're invisible, and then you have to cancel your invisible, and it's a complete waste. Like we were doing in the last dungeon. And if you're buying it from the vendor, it is 500 gil a piece. So, I mean, it's not all that expensive, but for new players that don't have any gil, it's going to be costly. And so we'll get in here. This is the Crawler's Nest, the entrance that we actually want. And so there should be a survival guide, and we're going to try our best just not to fight anything at all. We will call our trusts just in case, but our goal is to get in here, get the 3 items, and get out of here as quickly as humanly possible. And I don't remember if I picked up a... Huh. Alright. And then... oh. And so, what we want to do here is... At first, we want to go all the way down, and we want to come this way and go up into here. And so that's our first objective. And we're just going to... Now, silent oil is kind of annoying because you can't just refresh it and you know, the time starts going again. What will happen is if you try to put, if you have silent oil on, you have to let it run out completely before you put a new one on, because it will fall off from the latest one, you know, the one that's closest to falling off. If you try to put a new one on, it will just fall off and it will be of no use. And so you will have wasted, sorry, bud. So you will have wasted it. So you want to make sure that, you know, it falls off before you reapply it. However, in some situations it can be bad because there's no real place to stay away from enemies. So now we're here, we want to drop down and if you're level 50, I mean, you can fight monsters, there's nothing wrong with that. But so our first question mark should be somewhere around here. I can't remember. It might be up here. Should be at I-10, and it might be up on the little hill. Yeah, there we go. But the one thing is you're not gaining any sort of so the first one is right before the bend, so it's right here. The second one we should be going to I've got too many tabs up. Is at I-6. Okay, so and these things will attack you if you don't have your sneak on, so you want that. So I-6 should be somewhere around here, right here. And so it's right there before you enter that room. And then you want to, after you've gotten these two pieces, you want to turn around and go back the way you came. And then you want to, and hopefully you can keep your, see, look at our truss there. Huh, I don't understand what's going on with our truss. Okay, now we want to go up this way and around, and I need to, okay, when we get to the map. And if you're doing it fast enough, you should be able to keep from losing your silent powder. But if you feel that you might lose your silent powder, it's best to try to find an area with no enemies closely by, and then reapply your silent powder. So we're going to try to do it in one fell swoop, which could be it's very noticeable when it's about to fall off. So but luckily this dungeon you don't need to have both the prism or the invisible and silent. Okay, so we have came into a brand new map, and so what we want to do is we want to run up here, go all the way around, and come into this room. This room is where our third and final piece is going to be, and so hopefully we can make it there. I like the scorpions we might be wanting to be careful of. The bombs are sight, so if you only have sneak on, you want to try to keep their back turned. And then now I can't remember, this might lead to a dead end, but I'm hoping not, but it might. Yeah, it does. Shoot. Huh. Okay, so can't go that way. Be nice if we could, but you know. Alright, so now we have to go up. And these soldier crawlers, they are rather a pain in the ass to try to kill. They have very, very high defense, and they are like I say, they are a pain in the ass. They can take a very long time to kill. So if you can, you want to avoid fighting them. And now we are, and these witch hazels, they I think we can walk by them. If we can't, we're gonna find out and be disappointed. Anyway, they do link, and there's many of them around, so you want to be careful of those things. And then our third and final question mark of this place, and this is X-ray mold crumb number 3, and it says obtained clump of X-ray mold. And so now we're just gonna hurry and choose our instant warp. And so that is our number 2 item that we needed. And so you want to make sure and some, this game. So now we have the X-ray mold and the bomb coal. So then we want to talk to him and get our get a brand new instant warp. And then now we want to go to Battalion Downs. So bring me to a wanted encounter. Battalion Downs. And this will be our third and final destination of this this mission. Well, this quest. Technically this is a quest. And you may recognize this place. This is the place we came to get our mount, which in this playthrough we got rather late, but this is the place we came and ran around. So the entrance, so this is going to be to the Eldamine necropolis. So the entrance is going to be I/J10 in Battalion Downs. So if we go to I10, it's going to be around here somewhere. So you just walk out this way and I believe it's this. Yeah. So IJ10, so it's in this little crevice like thing. And then what we are getting here is called the papyrus, ancient papyrus piece. So we'll grab our thing, and then we will we'll call our trusts. Again, the same objective will be here, is to try to get out of here without fighting anything and just get out, you know, get through it as quick as possible. And then so in this dungeon, the 3 question marks are located at F7, F9, and H9. And they're all in the same room, like type room, different spots, but they have the same looking enemies in the room, and they all look the same. In this area, luckily we also can get away with just running through here with silent oil on, and so this dungeon is it might we might actually run out of silent oil because I'm not as familiar with this one as I am the other one we just got out of. Out of all the dungeons in this game, I do have to say I'm not a fan of the one that we just left. The Trawler's Nest. Huh. My very first time in that dungeon was not a success. I'll just say that with my ranger. I was fighting those soldier trawlers. Oh, it was a mess. So yeah, it was. And then we want so H7. Let us see the map. So it's going to be in the rooms that look like this that we're in, standing in. F7, F9, and H9. So F7 is over here. And then the next one, and then the next one. So the first room we come into has nothing. So we walk. Oh, not this way. Ah, damn it. And you won't be able to open the Shiva's gate. Like there's another way to open the gate. If you didn't go by the key. But I would recommend just going to buy the key because it's much faster. And you don't have to even think about it. You can just run through here. So our first item, and of course with my ranger, I mean, I had no idea what I was doing. And it did take me quite a while to find the items. So this is our first shred. And now we want to go down here. So thankfully most of the skeletons are by sight, but thankfully these ones are by sound. So if you don't have sneak on, they're going to attack you, but if you have sneak on, you can just walk right by them. Huh. So that is kind of nice. But yeah, my very first trip through most of these places was a complete disaster. I was having issues left and right, and I didn't know where most things were. I didn't have, I hadn't found that world map yet, and things like that. So it was a complete and utter catastrophe. I'm pretty sure it's here. Why are we not finding it? Come on, there we go. Okay, so our second ancient papyrus shred, and then our next one is going to be going this way. So like I say, we might run out of And don't walk on these things, because some of them have a hidden trap where you're gonna fall. That's what they're talking about. I assume anyway. So just try to stay off of them if you can. And we should find it in this room, H9. So, and wherever it is, really like to hurry so we don't lose our, there it is. Okay, now it says piece of ancient papyrus, and so now we're just gonna instant warp. And sorry I haven't been reading, like, I'm pretty sure those things show up in our temporary key item list, but I prefer to hurry along these type of quests, so that's why I wasn't. So now we have ancient papyrus. The content of this papyrus describes forgotten magic. It is written in the old tongue. Then there was the X-ray mold, clump of X-ray mold, a clump of sticky material that forms the majority of the X-ray's body. Then bomb coal, chunk of bomb coal, carbonized chunk of an explosion. And so, that is my excuse, is I just want to get the items and run from the dungeon. And by the time we get out of the dungeon, it's too late because they have already formed the thing. So now we go back to Jeuno and Ralude Gardens, and we talk to Maat. And then, so we just want to run up this way. And again, we don't want to go up the stairs this time. We want to go around. And you'll really want to familiarize yourself with where Matt is, just so you don't have to think about it. You can just go there. Because you'll visit him a lot. And then once you're at him, you can trade ancient papyrus, X-ray mold, and the bomb coal. Say okay. Matt, this is good, very good. Today you've taken your first step into a broader world. What you don't understand, just get out there and fight, then you'll see. And so, your limit level is now 55. And our status at 51. At 51 we can actually pick up the next quest. However, we'll wait till we get to 55. But at level 51 you can, if you wish, pick up the next quest. Now, that is going to end this particular video. It's just getting us all we wanted to do was get that quest done, and unlock our level cap. So we're gonna go to Bastock Markets, and we're just gonna leave it as a single video, as going to those 3 places, getting the pieces, and returning to Maat. Now, in the next video, we're going to check. We're going to take a glance if we can actually continue the mission that we started from the video before this. And if we can, we're going to go ahead and do that. If we can't, we're going to level up to 55 in the next video. So that's just a variant, but I'm guessing that we can now move forward with our Bastock mission that we were on. If I'm wrong, we will find out in the next episode. So I do hope that you all have enjoyed my playthrough, and I will see you in the next video. So